Hey guys, I found where the perfect opener is.
Where?
It's buried. All right, well, let's redo it.
No, that's fine. I can do it.
Let's redo it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Buried Podcast. This is the show where we go out into the internet jungle and bring back hidden gems of lore to the public seeing eye. As always, I am Declan Grogan, and with me is Dylan Ward.
Tonight's a challenge. I don't have a topic yet. We're going to figure this out as we go along.
Jimmy Brown.
I 3D printed my head and put it on a Jedi action figure.
And Liam Mann.
Tonight's a challenge. Tonight's challenge mission, you must climb down the hill like a monkey climbs for the tree.
Wait, the guy in Survivor isn't British, is he?
No, he's not. But I was thinking about. It's funny. I was watching Survivor with my family, and I was just thinking they get they get so into it. The guy is just he's like, you must. For this immunity challenge, you must crawl down this pipe like the lizard crawls down the tree, and then you must scale this net rope like the monkey scales through the vines.
I like that they have a real life equivalent for everything they're doing to some Animal Kingdom activity.
You must dig for these challenge puzzles like a mole rat digs for his young.
Like we dig for an intro.
Do they dig for their young? Is that a thing they do? I don't.
Well, how else do they grow, Declan?
All right, that's fair.
I like the idea of an unenthusiastic Survivor host. He's just got the attitude of some kind of teen who's just going all right, so why don't you just go ahead and run across? Whoever wins gets the $1 million.
He's unenthused, but he's still on the script. He's
like the monkey, you must climb down the hill. Like the bobcat,
it's like someone
you must...
someone during one of their cutaways said something mean about the host, and he's actually upset about it, and he's like, well, today you're gonna be running up the mountain, everything else. Is everything okay? It's yeah, it's fine, yeah. Stacy.
Yeah, like the elephant, I must have a thick hide and just deal with it.
And I never forget.
Some people.
What's going on? What's going on with him?
Some people on this show are like the hyena, are naturally inclined to betrayal.
Oh fuck!
There was it was funny.
Jeff Probst, you doing all right?
I was watching Survivor with my family, and so I guess whatever the thing of the season was, after they win, they also get this thing called the fire token, right?
Yeah, it's the new season. Yeah,
and it's so funny to hear the way they talk about they scheme, and they just. Because fire token is such a made up nothing word. They're I have 6 fire tokens and I'll carry this will carry my way. But the thing that was so much funnier is my mom wasn't paying attention, and she goes, oh, what are they talking about? Or oh, what'd she get? And my dad he's just annoyed, and he just goes, a fire token. And he just said fire token with such such conviction and vitriol, damn it, a fire token. I was like, oh. I don't think I've ever
Get with the program! Following along? It's a fire token! She just won! It's her 6th token!
I don't think I've ever heard
Don't you understand?
Don't you get it?
I mean, that's the same weight we handle the dollar, right?
Yeah.
Dollar's kind of a fucking weird word.
Wow.
Hey.
Think about it.
Hey, guys, listen to me, all right? All currency is just made up. I'm dropping truth bombs left and right.
All currency is made up. That's why we must switch to the real unit, the fire token.
The fire token.
The fire token has real intrinsic value that the dollar does not.
And it provides heat, which is an added bonus.
I need to pay my Roth IRA with my fire tokens.
See, all the value of our money obviously comes from groups of people. So I say what we do is we create a large enough group of people, let's say a third of the United States of America, and say something like Declan's toes are worth $3 million as a currency.
That's true.
And if we get enough people, what are they going to
do? That's just like putting a warrant on my toes. I'm going to wake up with a little sawing off my feet.
People are going to be like...
That's like making a currency. That's putting a warrant on my head. All right, wait. Look, you can't say the word fire token without saying it like fire token, right?
Fire
Like,
token.
It's just like, it's too hard. It's like, I want someone to go into a bank and just be like, kind of like looking around, like a little, feel weird about it. It's like, hey, what's the current exchange rate from dollar to fire token? Like, what was that? Can you speak up? It's like, what's the exchange rate from dollar to fire token? Everyone just snaps their
Everything's
heads
like
over
robbing the
them.
bank.
It's like, what?
It's because it's like the prize money at the end of Survivor is like $1 million or whatever, and at the end it's like, all right, you're $1 million in fire tokens. You're like, no.
No.
Good luck exchanging that, idiot.
No,
That's what would happen if the girl who slighted Jeff Probst in her interview won. The last minute, they're just like, they went, and then he's like an elephant, I didn't forget, Sarah. And now your reward is in fire tokens.
like the eldritch fire demon. You must eat the fire tokens for sustenance.
That's where my mind went. Like right when I heard this, I'm thinking of like Wizard Club and like lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Like, I can't move past fire token.
It's actually, it's actually a really interesting dynamic they added to the show. You know what I mean? Because before it was just, the hidden immunity idol. People were always searching for the hidden immunity idol. But now with the fire tokens, you've added the wizardry into the thing. And so, you'll be having an immunity challenge and people will be trying to, like, climb up the thing and they'll throw a fire token and a flame demon will appear. And so they'll have to, like, do the challenge while also having to fight a flame demon. It's really...
I love like 5 seasons down the road, like Survivor is just not even recognizable. It's just like LARPing. Like everyone comes in, it's like,
Welcome back to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire tokens.
trying to exchange 5 fire tokens for a rapier because I'm a class 5 barbarian in Survivor.
You fainted. You have to leave. Go home.
Go home.
Go home. You are not welcome on Treasure
In this
Island.
challenge, you gotta climb the tower like the mighty orc.
You must slay the peasants like the mighty orc hero.
And then soar across the bay like a dragon.
And then,
Probst, are
and
you
then
okay?
you must swim for 20 miles like the serpent.
You must burrow 20 yards underground like the mole.
Like the
To find your young.
It's like Bert's babies.
It's like all these mythological creatures, but the mole is still there.
They like
You must
Jeff,
transcend time and reality.
like the mole.
like the mole.
Like,
Oh.
Jeff, wait, that one's not real. It's like, I will not budge. We have to use the mole one.
Oh.
All right, let's do some topics.
Yeah, let's move on. Also, just to incentivize some good topics, the winner of this podcast gets 5 fire tokens.
Ooh.
I better start looking.
All right,
We must talk like the monkey.
You
wants
must
to go-
search for your topic like the mole.
like the mole searches for its young.
I've gone first twice now.
I like
All right, I'm perfectly okay with going
I like
first.
this reality where moles just keep losing their children.
Doggone
I
it!
must search for my
Oh,
young.
it's buried this time.
Okay.
All right, wait. One more. Like they're doing the obstacle course, and they're like, you gotta climb the wall like a mole climbing for its children, then soar across like a mole soaring for its children, and then put the
Everything
puzzle together like a mole looking for its child.
Everything just becomes about being moles. Survivor, because they discover that the mole is nature's survivor, and so the show is just about becoming a mole.
All right.
Oh.
All right, Jimmy, do you say you want to go first?
Yes,
All right, cool.
I did. So my topic is called pink trombone. If you just click into it, you'll notice that right away it starts, talking. If you hit it, then it'll start going. And what it is, it's a diagram, or it's a representation of like a human, voice box, tongue, throat, soft palate, hard palate, all the stuff that makes you able to be, to talk.
That's so
right?
cool.
And you can
That's
you can
so
adjust.
wild.
Yeah, you can adjust different parts of it. Like you can adjust how much of the throat cavity is like cavity.
I'm choking him out right now. You're going, oh.
His move. You can tongue control. You can make him choke.
I think the best sounds are when you grab it and then just like hold it really close to each other, because then it just goes.
If you just sort of like if you just sort of click right below hard plate a couple times, he goes na 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 na.
It's very difficult to make actual words, but you can do it if you like figure it out enough. Like if you just like do it really fast, like the oral cavity, hit it up against the hard palate, you might be able to make a consonant.
I'm like trying to do it with my own mouth right now.
No. Yeah, fun fact, as you do this, wires are actually hooked up into, like, a prisoner.
Dylan,
I've been
you
holding
choked
his
him
neck
out.
closed for like a minute straight now.
And that's how he's making the noise.
I like
A prisoner?
Yeah,
That's how they calculate.
it's not a
Prisoner
synthesized.
what?
It's not a synthesized voice. It's just recording some prisoner right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Matrix. He's got his wires plugged in.
I made it.
I just
Wait,
made a
wait.
prisoner go na 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 na.
I'm making it say pee pee.
Pee-pee.
If you
You're
move,
making a prisoner
So,
say
okay.
pee pee.
So if you go to tongue control and you move it to the top right and then grab the lips and then just move them, he goes beep. He goes beep 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep. I like that.
So are they
yeah.
saying that we are pink trombone with this website? Like our mouth?
We are the pink trombone. One of my favorite things to do is to just, grab up near the soft palate and close the oral cavity, like, repeatedly, so it just makes, like, a sound. It's pretty nasty.
Well, do that again. I didn't hear you. Can you do that more?
No, thank you. Yeah, so that's basically my topic. Just a couple aspects of one site, doo-dal. I think pink trombone is just, it's too funny.
Guys, I made it shake too much. Oh, I made it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like zigzag lines. I think I broke it.
This is like reminding me of aliens controlling a human body for the first time. And like this is what they see, and it's just like you walk up to like they're walking in public and like, hey, what's up? And they're going na 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 na. Wow.
Like in the Matrix with the guy made of cockroaches.
That's like
That freaked me out when I was
that's
little.
like
That's weird that you would imply that any animal exists in the future except for the mole.
Yeah.
Like, we're pretty
this is actually
sure
set.
that they're
a pretty.
the next
accurate-
evolutionary line when you think about it.
Name one
Next
When we
thing.
run out of
to
air.
control the pink trombone, like the mole controls the human body.
Yeah, yes. We must control the mole as the mole controls our day.
Oh, I'm having it say mama.
Yeah,
It's
if
fun
you
to
do
play
the
with.
lips, it can say mama.
It's like shockingly in depth. It's like it's
Yeah.
crazy how like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Somebody put a lot of
yeah,
work
it's
into
neat
it.
to play with.
There's a lot you can do with the tongue control. Like it is very strange. Now I want to know, like, is it a waveform they're generating, or did they get like some guy to record a lot of noises and sort of like said, hey, put your mouth up to here or whatever else?
No, I guarantee you, it's like
Uh-huh.
synthesized.
Yeah, like it sounds
No,
too
it's like-
synthesized, right?
They took like the code of one of those like Siri style voice commands and like trapped them inside of this. Like in Black
when
Mirror.
you don't touch the pink trombone, it actually starts moving on its own and says, "Help me."
Help.
Help me!
Ooh, dude,
I'm
that's a
actually
good
a
no-sleep
mole
story.
at a computer.
I am a mole. I
I
know
am
where
a
you
mole.
live.
Oh, you can
So that's just something to have some fun
yeah,
with.
you can
sometime.
definitely make it.
Yeah.
I'm sure with enough practice, you can make it say "I am a mole."
Well, I think the reason the way I found this was somebody like had it say the N-word or something.
Oh,
course.
And that brings up a
that's
whole
what- of
other
course that's what
host
people
of
do.
questions. So, like, is this allowed to say it or no?
You're interpreting what it's saying.
Is Siri allowed to say it?
If you had the pink trombone say incriminating evidence for you, could you hold up in court that you were not the one that said it?
Your Honor, it clearly the audio recording from inside my room when you play it back clearly it's.
It's not my voice.
It's not me.
It's like Your Honor.
Trombone said that.
Your Honor, I clearly
gosh.
have the defendant saying that I'm going to commit the murder. Listen to this voice tape. I'll do it, murder.
Oh, kill. Oh.
Wow, he
Objection!
clearly said
That's the pink trombone. I'm not crazy.
No, he goes, objection! I do not sound like that.
All right. This is what they do in quarantine in actual courts across America. Since no one's allowed to go, they just set up a bunch of these things in the court, and they have people control them from home. And that's how they-
Declan, why would they do
We're
that?
not going to vote guilty or not guilty. There's just a chorus of oh.
Order in the court.
Everyone that's sitting in the audience also gets one. So whenever the lawyer says something crazy, everyone goes, yeah. All right, well that's the dang pink trombone.
So that was my topic. Yeah,
That's
pink
the pinkest trombone I ever saw.
I'd say
Okay.
Heyo.
Moving right along. I guess I'll go
Sure thing.
next.
Hey, do it, man.
Okay, so my hey guys, hey everybody, we're in my corner
Hi.
of the room now. We've all moved over to my little slice of the room. We all have we live in a 4-corner room. I get this corner, it's mine. Don't come.
It's the northeast one.
They don't call me Northeast. Northeast is beast. Anyway, my topic
They don't.
my topic is psychic high school. Now I can hear what you're saying, Liam. What is psychic high school? Well, I think to better explain it, I think I'll just read you their mission statement, their manifesto.
Oh.
At Psychic High School, we believe in students. Wait, editor's note. Could you put in college music behind like college commercial music behind this?
I'll tell
Yes.
Vespucci to
Hey,
get his ass
Vespucci!
in order.
No, I don't want to see the barrel of your gun collection. Your gun barrel collection. No. Just toss this into the edit. Anyway, at Psychic High School, we believe in students. We believe in their abilities and their visions, their familiars, their ghost twins, their past life trigger word issues, and their phantom tentacle limbs. In a word, we believe in you. Located on a beautiful 300-acre estate formerly owned by the actress Charlene Tilton, our rolling grounds give psychic
What?
youth the room they need to discover themselves. Whether it's wiping their minds completely on an extended walkabout, or simply unleashing steam on a percussive depressurization blast, students feel comfortable at Psychic High School to be themselves and are only occasionally injured in the process. At Psychic High School, friendships are made that can last several lifetimes. At Sci High, students create their own realities, whether through their natural talents or through our state-of-the-art reality generators. So basically,
What?
psychic. Anyway, going back to.
Is this
Psychic
real?
High
Wait.
School-
All right. Before we continue, so you're telling me, all right, is there an actual place that was Charlene Tilton's mansion that they are actually hosting a psychic high school right now?
You know, who's to say? But right now I'm looking
Charlene
at
Tilton is who's to say.
But how many of how do you actually have to be there? Or can you just send your transdimensional
I would imagine
self?
that the attendance is a rather loose term. I'd imagine you could be there either corporeally or non-corporeally.
Exactly.
And the tuition, that's like the tuition rates. Instead of having in-state of out-of-state, they have corporeal and non-corporeal tuition.
Astral projection or true form.
So basically what
You
this...
can
what
lose
this,
your scholarship if you use astral projections. That's just true.
If you use astral projections to sneak into class.
Yeah.
I'm gonna astral project into the girls' locker room.
Dude, nice.
Get out of
but
here, Stinky Steve.
Stinky Steve.
Stop using your astral projection to put
Boobies.
ectoplasm all over the school.
I like.
You're
I'm not
really
gonna
using
comment
up
on
your
that
psychic energy to make yourself stinky. Come on.
Man, I can't believe you don't have any powers, and your only power is being supernaturally stinky.
And overly perverted.
No matter how many showers
Get
he
out of
takes,
here.
the stink will never leave.
And bring your friend Moisty Marv with you.
It's me, Moisty
I'm
Marv.
Moisty Marv's
These
actually a
characters
good
will
guy.
not be coming back.
Moisty Marv's actually a good guy. He's misunderstood. He just hangs around Steve too much.
He just doesn't have enough friends of his
Yeah.
own, so he's got to hang out with the
Yeah.
bad kids.
Yeah. Once I got my my non-corporeal form stuck in a non-corporeal chair, so he helped me, slip myself out.
He did an astral drum blast and threw me across the room. All right, keep going. I want to know more about this school.
So basically, they have this school goes by 3 tenets. Scientia, which is science, which includes their time travel department. You have occultus, which is basically the study of the ancient ones. Looking at the studies include looking at geothermically warmed seas of the Hollow Earth. Arcane rites.
The Hollow Earth a different Earth, or are they just like throwing in the fact that they believe the Earth is hollow?
Well, yeah, the Hollow Earth or Earth.
Okay. All right, fine. I'll glaze over that one.
And then they have Spiritus. And they really go for this one because they really believe in school spirit. Their Calabasically inspired cheerleading team is just out of this world. Really, literally, we can't find it. It's out there somewhere.
Get out of here.
Okay, but aside from the institution itself, the website that hosts Psychic High School, all of us can enroll. The enrollment is actually relatively open. And what it is you sign up and you become a student, and basically there are different message boards, and there are different everyone commits, everyone writes in a little journal, and I think that there are every once in a while I think there are different tiers of people. I think there are admins who are teachers and stuff, but I think there's a random array of stories and little advertisements that kind of appear on the like as it were a student newspaper, for instance. For instance, Student of the Month, Zebo the Mag, is recipient of our student book report scholarship, but has a limited time to complete his daunting task. Learn to speed read with April Student of the Month.
Wait, what is the limited time? What's his task? What is that? What is he supposed to do? Why does he have limited time for it?
Let's see. This post says, I've booked myself at the teleportation gates for a trip to the Triplet Sisters of Sector B subcluster. I need to complete my work on the device from the blueprints, but luckily I had a psychic shop class just last term, and I have a knack for it. So Dr. Spanner lets me use any of his tools I want, including the cryogenic cold slaw, mental complex deburring grinder, vibratory tuners, and the obelisk.
All right. This podcast is no longer talking about any sort of community on the internet. It's now only talking about Psychic High School. Very podcast is disbanded. Welcome to the Psychic High School podcast. All right, where we.
I'm not even Jimmy anymore. I'm just I'm being inhabited by Duncan, who's been posting on Sci High.
I'm Shazam the Magnificent.
I believe there is a
Ricky Gideon.
some sort of a this teacher that I found so far. Her name is Ms. Hazeltine, and she's it's interesting because she if you read it, it's so basically what it is she kind of posts the story of Psychic High, and everyone on the student board, because if you sign up to become a student, you kind of post to it, and it's interesting because they're Ms. Hazeltine was responding to people. And because someone's asking she's asking, hello, I'm M. Do we have a swim team or an archery team? If anyone can get back to me, thanks. And Miss Hazeltine replies, why, yes, we do have a swim team. There's a great write-up about our psychic synchronized swimming squad on Sci Sports today. So it's this interesting little message board that tells the story of Psychic High School, and there are a bunch of different little fun articles that are listed, that are very interesting to read.
Now, all right. Now I need to go back, okay, and to the very beginning, the first thing you said, and now
Yes.
that I'm like seeing that this is more like a message board thing.
Yeah.
Why did they choose to have their in real life residency be Charlene Tilton's estate? Why? A woman who is known for her role. I had to look her up. Her role in Dallas, the TV show.
Okay.
Like they, why is she like their Mr. X or Dr. X like benefactor?
Well, she said, well, I mean,
To me, my Sci High Schoolers.
they, it's funny because they say, well, it's formerly owned by her, so maybe she died. Maybe she's non-corporeal.
Okay.
Even though she's still alive,
I
maybe
see.
she's gone to the other zone. To the.
She's 4'11", I just found out. That's
I think-
impressive.
You said that we can enroll in this school. You
Yes,
said that, right?
I'm currently enrolled. My name is Tony Hawk.
Okay. All right.
So far, I have one
Alright, can
journal.
we-
I have one journal entry. It's called "Ah!" In the journal entry, I say "Ah! Oh God! Ah!"
I'm looking at it right now, actually.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
the most
Tony Hawk.
recent post
Hey.
on the message board.
Liam, Liam,
Yeah, go ahead.
do you want to make this a recurring segment on this podcast where we check in on Tony Hawk in the Psychic High School?
That could be
Once-
interesting.
Once a week, we just
like it.
keep checking in on Tony Hawk, and your end goal, your task that you have a limited time out to complete, is to get an ad for the Buried podcast into the Psychic Times newspaper.
Ooh, that would be epic. That would be epic both in a in-universe perspective, because I think the Buried podcast would go over very well at Psychic High School.
I think it would go very well at Psychic High
Also,
School.
it would be great to have more than 10 people listening.
Yeah. Especially, and hey, I think that the people at Psychic High School would be the greatest audience a podcast could even ask for.
I agree.
Like, it'd just be, like, I would love to have us be the sponsored podcast of that school.
That'd be sick.
Think about it. They don't have to be here to be
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They will be in the recording booth with us.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And they don't even have to listen to it like right away either. They can just go back in time and listen to it like while we're doing it.
Ooh, wait,
Yeah.
I can get if you
Shit.
there's this little lightning. Some people have like a little lightning bolt next to their name, and it's called a Sci-Hi Spirit Badge, and it's awarded to a student who was displayed exceptional performance. So I'm gonna try to get a Sci-Hi Spirit Badge. I might have to change my name. I don't think they're gonna give Tony Hawk a Spirit Badge.
Yeah, you might
Liam, I've got a name for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
First name Jim,
Okay.
last name Shoe.
I'm thinking of Jim Parsons.
Wow.
Jim Shoe.
Jim Shoe.
Oh, fucking, I get it.
If Jim Shoe gets a wizarding badge, I'll give him so many fucking fire tokens you don't even know.
Ooh. Did somebody
What's your
say
name?
fired?
Hickory Bing Bong.
Okay, wait. My
Did you just say your name's Hickory
no,
Dick?
I'm
I
gonna
said
I'm
Hickory
gonna,
Bing Bong.
Hickory Bing Bong. I like Hickory Bing Bong. Okay, I'm creating
Hickory Bing
this.
Bong's pretty good.
I'm creating this student Hickory Bing Bong. I think we'll leave it at that. But then next week I'll update you and see if I'll be very active on the message board and see if
Please,
see if I can get
yeah,
myself
this
a
would be
little
a
spirit badge.
fantastic reoccurring segment. I think it'd be just fun to check in on Hickory every once in a while.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
All right, well, that was fantastic. I love me a little psychic.
Just-
maybe I
Big
can
fan of
finally
Psychic High School.
achieve my lifelong goal of getting in contact with Charlene Tilton. So we'll see if that happens.
And on a final note, goodbye to everyone at Psychic High School and to the psychics out there.
That's my dad's ruler that
Okay.
Sorry.
Liam cut out, and I think I heard
No,
Mrs. Brown.
I didn't cut out.
Yeah,
I just meant that psychics could read my mind.
Oh, I was, like,
Oh, I see.
I was like, did you fucking possess Mrs. Brown?
I would have gotten that, but I'm not enrolled in the psychic high school, so that
Yeah.
sort of humor goes over my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it goes through your corporeal
Alright,
body.
Way
Yeah,
far
yeah.
ahead of us.
It goes through my corporeal form.
Yeah.
All right, I can go if you guys want to shift on over to
Go for it.
to my sort of area. This is something I found about a month ago on YouTube. It's this guy named Jerobeam Fenderson, and he makes oscilloscope music. Okay, so what it like, I don't know how familiar you guys are with oscilloscopes, but basically it's a tool that allows you to sort of visualize sound waves. Like the way he does it is he says like all the left channel sound waves go on the horizontal axis, and then all the vertical ones go. The right ones go on the vertical axis, and he is able to use like sine wave functions to make circles on the oscilloscope. It's an easy thing to do. But then what he does is he's found ways to draw on an oscilloscope.
Oh damn!
Which means like by changing the certain all right, we add certain amounts of sine waves in this one or cosines in that, I can make a mushroom. This is one video that like drawing mushrooms is one of his most famous ones. It's easy. He explains how he does it, and then he crowdfunded. He said like he had this whole video. It's cool. This crowdfunding video is something worth watching. Where he said like people have seen his videos and whatever else, and he's like it's fun to draw, but a lot of people complain that the noise isn't like fun to listen to, right? Mm-hmm. It's all just like waveforms. It's like nothing at all. So he crowdfunded a Kickstarter to make a full album of music that sounds cool, like electronic music that sounds cool, but also has a whole visual aspect on an oscilloscope.
That's so cool.
So these are so each song.
I like this a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. Each song is like he has a whole electronic beat and everything else, and then like while you're watching, you can also watch what the oscilloscope reads, and it's like 3D shapes. He has one called Planets where he's able to draw a whole like Earth that has like an electronic rhythm to it. It's so fascinating and like wild to watch. And he has a whole program that allows you to do this, and you can buy it from him, whatever else. And I'm telling you, just go to his YouTube channel, Jerobeam Fenderson, and see his songs and like and just watch. It's so entertaining.
So
really,
the way that it works is the image is the sound, right?
Yeah,
That's
he says he also
it's representative. Yeah.
he leaves the downloadable link for each one of his songs so that anyone who has an oscilloscope at home can plug it in and see for themselves that it does actually work on any oscilloscope.
Wow!
Holy
Wait, it would even
crap.
work on my home oscilloscope?
Yeah.
Bro,
Liam,
I'm gonna go bring out mine.
Liam, pull it out.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Hold on, let me just give me my oscilloscope. Hold on.
Wait until I tell my dad.
I like that you also
Wow.
programmed it to sound like your voice. That was
Yeah.
always cool. I
Well-
always thought that was a cool thing you did.
Yeah, I know. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Top 10 things I've ever done. Number 10, that.
Yeah, I would say so. It's just so cool to see. Like, it's wild. If you just like watching his mushroom video, teaches you like how he draws very like plain stuff, but he can make like full 3D landscapes on this thing, and it's just really wild to think about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's not a guy that. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say it's cool. Like it's
What were you
3D in like such an interesting way too. Like it's the 3D looks so fascinating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it is all just like 2D lines that he draws with. Like it's a 3D space he's making, like kind of like an optical illusion.
Yeah, this is I can watch this for hours.
I have it really sucks you in. It's super mesmerizing to just like watch because of how strange everything sort of moves together. And there's a lot of like shapes he reuses, so it's fun to see those come into different songs because like a spring shape makes like a weird beat noise, so he uses it constantly.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
And it all sounds really good.
You know what? I was like, this guy sounds familiar. You know what I recognize him from? He's he wrote the Psychic High School fight song.
It's that Jerobeam Fenderson.
Yeah. Down go Psychic High.
Bow, bow.
We have Tony Hawk.
Wow! Tony Hawk is at Psychic High. Wow! That's the fight song.
Charlie Tilton is our god.
We worship her more than we worship the Eldritch Gods. Eldritch Gods. Well, no.
God. Now, do you not like it? We'll use our time machine to go back in time to make sure you are never born.
We will keep making fight songs and going back in time and making fight songs till we create the optimal fight song.
There will be so many fight songs.
Trial and error for the perfect fight song.
We will
My
give
name
us
is Geraldine Fenderson. I will do this. This isn't part of the song. I am going to do this.
we will write a fight song.
I sing this every rendition.
We will write a fight song that gives us a comparable advantage in a fight. This fight song gives us a 5% advantage in any fight.
Why?
Sound like somebody gasped.
I did.
I'm gasping right now because I don't know. How does it give you a 5% advantage in any fight? I don't,
That's what fight songs are for.
I wanna. That's why they made them. I want to fight you, but I just can't stop beating wagging my finger to this tune.
That's like, well, no. It gives you buffs. That's like, you know how
It's not disabling the other team. It's empowering yourself, Declan.
Yeah, you fool. Declan. No. That's like,
I don't know.
you know how,
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
You know how, like, in the Civil War, like, the generals in the Civil War were big D&D players? Which is why, you know how, like, they sent out in the battlefield, like, the drummer boys, like, the people with the drums? That's to give plus 5 to hit, for all Union soldiers.
Fucking bards. They're sending bards out into the battlefield.
They get out in the middle of it. And
I'll be honest, I don't know why they were sending them before, but I mean, fuck, it makes sense now.
yeah. Like, King George? George Washington. All right, let's roll for initiative. Roll that. You know what? All right, they shall have their first volley.
That's a plus 6 to hit. Honestly, I feel like with the accuracy of muskets, you might as well just be rolling dice.
Thanks.
Right. Can you, in your actual history...
Napoleon was actually the most prominent DM of his time.
That's like why people bought into, because he had a full charisma build. So like they sent him away, and then he got a nat 20 on his charisma check, and they unexiled him.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Too bad Napoleon didn't have a plus cold resistance.
Yeah. Too bad he rolled a nat 1 at Waterloo.
Yeah, I mean that's typical. That's what they say. No one ever rolls higher than a nat 1 in Russia during the winter.
They do say that because the dice freeze.
Yeah. They do. Because Stalin did that.
Yeah.
Alright, now yeah, he's a cheater. Next time you're in your history class at Psychic High School, can you bring all this up?
Yeah, I will. I'll make sure to let them know about Napoleon's epic GM strategy, where he really makes you feel like you're controlling the adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they banished Napoleon, they were like, "Give us your character sheet first."
But they were like, give us your character sheet, and they tore it up, and then he came back, and he's like, I am my character's identical twin cousin with all the same stats. My name is Napoleon. Napoleon. All right.
Napoleon.
Dylan, have you dug up a topic?
Technically.
All
So
right.
I'm not quite sure the best way to approach this one, but I definitely know how I want to approach this one. And that's, for the first time ever, I'm not going to tell the audience anything about this topic. I'm going to give you guys the link to it. It's a really short one.
What?
Just go to beesbeesbees.com. Don't say a word about it.
Oh, I know this.
It's not worth talking about. I'm not taking the win. I just want the audience to have the confusion that I had entering this website.
We used to pull this up on our computers during physics class and just leave it while the professor taught.
Guys, everyone knows the best podcasts are the ones that don't involve the audience.
Yeah. The best podcasts are the ones that are done behind closed doors.
Guys, I have an idea for the next episode of the
visual.
podcast. Guys, how about for the next episode of the podcast, we just don't record our audio. We just talk. No, we just leave.
We just have a conversation.
Yeah, we leave the microphones and then we go have a conversation in the other room so they can like kind of hear what we're saying.
Alright, wait. The very podcast, but you're in the room next door.
And you're just going,
Hey, if someone wants to take one of our episodes and do that online, you have my blessing. That's wonderful. I would love if you edited the audio to make it sound like we were a room away.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Also, you guys have the full
Jerobeam Fenderson.
You guys have the full license to take the podcast and edit Declan out if you want, or like whatever.
No.
You can do other fun edits too.
But especially the one where Declan doesn't get to talk.
Yeah,
that one would be.
Yeah, the Barry
I'm
podcast.
okay
but
if you edit me out.
The Barry
But
podcast,
if you give
but
them
Declan
right
doesn't
to,
come.
if you give them the right to edit anything in this podcast, we're fucked.
I can already see it now. The Barry podcast, but every episode's the most controversial episode.
Just edit it to be crap, just
Or
awful
maybe
things.
someone would just take Barry podcast, episode 21, the most controversial episode, and they just take every bit that was the most controversial and compile it together.
Oh shit. What would be, alright, I'm trying to think now what would be my most controversial topic.
That one time. Oh no!
When
I can't
that
bring
one time when
up.
you said give back the 5 counties surrounding Belfast.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That audio clip is certainly the most controversial thing I've ever said on this podcast.
That's true, yeah.
You know, sometimes I forget that this is
was-
recorded forever.
Yeah, we put it online. I said that in that episode, and I was like, whatever. And then I went to Ireland, and I realized like how serious that whole thing is there. And I was like, oh no.
Educate yourself.
Oh geez, this is actually like.
What was it? I don't even know what mine was.
Oh no, Declan! I mean, Jimmy, I know exactly which one yours is. It was from our lost episode, which people haven't heard yet. But
Oh yeah.
it was a certain Dr. Seuss bit.
Oh God!
Oh yeah, jeez. Yeah, that is certainly the most controversial thing Jimmy's ever said. I know what Dylan's is.
If we ever get that episode back,
But,
hey, hang on to your horses, everybody.
yeah. Whenever we
For
get that
Jimmy's
back.
own sake, it might
Or-
be better if it remains unfound.
No,
but
we had too many good bits in that episode. We can't.
Dylan,
we're gonna put all Jimmy's life on the line for those.
Wait,
bits.
what was Dylan's
Of
most
course.
controversial statement?
It was the bomb over Japan. He said
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hashtag drop the third bomb.
yeah, and we were like, whoa, and then he said, no, you guys don't understand, and we didn't give him the chance to explain himself. We just sort of glazed over it.
you railroaded me. You just let me say something offensive, and you're like, "All right, next topic."
That's
I'm
so
like,
Well,
"What?"
I mean, I don't know what your explanation for that could have been.
No,
Anime.
guys.
It had something to do with dropping GoPros.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big one. The drone strike, dropping drones, dropping GoPros in war-torn places.
Yeah. It's because they're living extreme lives.
Fuck, dude.
I don't remember that. I do not remember that being the punchline to that joke. I don't at all.
Never mind. That's Jimmy's most offensive line.
Yeah, I really like where this episode is going. Should we move on to
Yeah,
voting
will we?
before this gets too
Yeah.
controversial?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we should cut ourselves off
we're just
before like,
doing
the
a,
last 10 minutes of
a
this become
greatest
the most
hits.
controversial. We don't even need anyone to edit it together now. We just
This,
sort of
yeah,
get
that
it
happened.
there.
So we did it to ourselves.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
My vote is 100% for Psychic High School. That is a
Epic.
great one.
I also vote for Psychic High
I
School.
will vote for Vapor Lines or Line Ray Oscilloscope. That's
So-
what it is.
Jerome.
Not to tie it up, but I was gonna vote for the vaporwave guy, so I don't know what
Dang.
to do now.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, and you say it, it's a tie, which means what did we do again? Did we have to like do a pitch? Wasn't it like that's?
Oh
what
yeah,
did?
we had to
Oh
pitch.
yeah, we have to do a little pitch.
I remember that. All right.
all right. Let me-
Pitch yourself as a survivor host.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second.
All right. Who's going first? Me or Declan?
Jimmy, come up with
What would a survivor host say?
Come up with
Would they
a-
want to go first or second?
Jimmy, come up with like a biome that Liam is gonna be the host of, and I'll come up with a
Okay.
different biome for Declan. And whoever can pitch their idea better, whichever one we want to go and do Survivor on.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna pitch our survivor. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah. So
Yeah.
so Dylan will give us like a natural like a type of location like desert or whatever, and we're gonna have to like create a survivor show around the desert.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. So
right.
okay, I'll go first. What biome am I doing?
Okay. You are in a highly diseased, very murky swamp.
Okay. All right, survivors, today's challenge, you must swim through the muck like the noble alligator. Then you must cook moonshine like the local swamp person. Then then you must ascend through the trees like the humble crane. Finally, nosediving to catch a fish like the humble mole searching for his youth. Finally, and then you will receive 1 moss token, and each moss token is equivalent to 6 fire tokens. And with 1 moss token, you can pay for one moss hero, and the moss hero will come out of the moss and drown your opponent during the next immunity challenge. You think you're up for it, survivors? Come on down to the swampy side.
Very good.
There you go. I'm a fan.
All right, Declan,
Yeah.
your biome isn't per se like a real biome, but rather you walk into the middle of a store that's a mile long in every direction. Pitch my survivor.
Okay. All right. Well,
You're in like a convenience store that's just really fucking big.
Welcome to Stranded in Aisle 5. I'm Jeff Probst, and you're going to all be fighting. First challenge: you must use these shopping carts to push into each other like the single mom who is struggling to buy spaghetti. 2, you must quickly clean up this aisle with the many messes that have been done because those angsty teenagers came and knocked over the spaghetti sauce onto the ground. And 3, you must make a announcement for the whole store to hear, just like the angry man who is in his 40s and has a job at the grocery store, and he's more like, oh man, if only I had taken that deal with my friend in college to make that internet startup. Then you must go and chop up meats behind the butcher counter like the guy who is creepily into chopping up meats. And then you must check out in the express aisle with only 10 items or less to get an actual dollar. We're using money instead of fire tokens this time.
Oh shit, that's real.
Yeah. And on aisle 5, this season of Survivor with me, Jeff Probst.
All right, well,
There you go.
Jimmy, I think it's quite obvious the winner,
Okay.
and it was kind of by default, unfortunately, because Liam was the only one with a mole-based challenge.
Yes, mole
and
challenge!
as you know, Survivor, we need to be the ultimate surviving beast.
Of course.
Damn
I
it.
vote Liam and his swamp.
Yes.
I forgot that the moles are the moles
The
are
mole
that's
is
part of
the
story.
ultimate survivor.
How are they gonna find their young in that grocery store?
You must find new, not expired bread, like the mole finds its child.
All right, Liam and Psychic High School
Yay!
win.
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually already knew that would happen because my psychic abilities told me I would.
Of course.
Dang, I feel like I need
You
to
actually
roll.
controlled our minds.
Yes.
All right.
Also,
thanks
wait.
for listening.
If I could just take the mic real quick and use my psychic powers real quick. Tell all your friends to listen to our podcast. Tell them to give us 5 gold star on Apple and Google Play Store. Tell them to download Raid Shadow Legends for free or Kiro and get Value Pack to download video game. You will be good. Download podcast. Good. Okay.
I kind of want to
There you
download
go.
Raid Shadow Legends for some fucking reason. I don't really know why.
Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. I just blacked out, but I have 20 new messages on my phone telling my friends to listen to the Buried podcast. I don't know why that
Wow.
happened.
That's kind of weird. That's
crazy.
crazy.
And also 15 tabs about skateboarding. I don't know why.
Whoa,
there.
that's pretty radical, bro.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming along the ride here. We have a Gmail. It's buriedpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your internet topics there that you want us to do on the show. We love hearing from you guys, so please do send things there. We also are at buriedpodcast.com if you want to listen to all our episodes, and we have a YouTube channel with the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. And as always, I'm Declan Grogan.
I'm drowning in fire tokens.
I'm the mole.
and I must search for the off button of my recording, like the mole searches for his youth.
First youth.
Alright.
When you say youth, it sounds like he's just too old. Like
Not his youth, his youth.